Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. How's everybody feeling? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to all the channel members and everybody coming in. It's your boy ARP, and we back here with the Sorry True Podcast. I guess I gotta say my little, promo tidbit because I see new subscribers, I see new viewers coming to the channel, and it's super appreciated. I'm meeting people and I'm reading comments from people that don't know me from battle rap, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and helping us grow the Sorry True Podcast. I have like a goal. I won't say it publicly, but I was saying it on the phone the other day. I have a goal for what I want this type of content to do 2 years from now. I'm very, very humble with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect to be through the roof or be some top media guy or podcaster. When it comes to podcasting and the Sorry True Podcast, I did launch it 2 years ago, but this year is when I really got consistent with it. And if you know RBE, you know the mentality and the motto is always brick by brick. So I appreciate everybody. All right. We've been in the industry, right? And we got to come back to battle rap every few days or so, right? You got to come back to the roots. AK, I appreciate you as always, homie. I appreciate you. Shout out to you gifting on the channel as always. And I want to talk about this Power Moves event. I want to talk about the impact of it. I want to talk about some of the hate that I'm seeing. And I'm going to also talk about the matchups that were announced. Okay. Hitman Holla. Where does it come from with this? How do we get here? Y'all heard the story a bunch of times, but I'm still going to reiterate. Everybody knows that Hitman versus Geechee Gotti is one of the biggest main events left in the culture. Even I had conversations about doing it, right? A couple three-way phone calls, this and that, little discussions, some things didn't line up, and people go their separate ways. There's never no hard feelings and things not going as anticipated. That's just the nature of business. Certain things don't line up properly, and timing is everything. Arsenal versus QB. I use that example all the time. It was years in the making, and then RBE was able to make it happen. King of disrespect versus queen of disrespect. So the power move of Hitman Holla putting together an event based around one of the biggest main events that's left. I don't think that requires, much more detail, or I don't need to get in depth about that. Hitman versus Geechee Gotti is obviously a battle that we've been seeing. That alone, I think it's subtracted. I think it's watered down because it's Hitman's card. I think it's already one of the biggest announcements out. It's obviously one of the biggest cards out. I see people tweeting card of the year. Once you see the hate coming, you got something, right? Once you start getting hated on, you got something. Once all these other league owners and battle rappers, all these people trying to raise their head to get in and all that, and the hate, all that type of stuff happens, you got something. So that's already clear. We don't got to talk about that. But I stand by just the energy of how battle rap goes. And I feel like it's another level of appreciation that you guys might have for Hitman and Geechee Gotti if you realize, Hitman's able to put himself on a card. He couldn't make champion of the year. Why? Because he doesn't battle enough. I think they have a certain criteria, like you got to battle at least 4 times in a year. Leagues don't book Hitman that much. Why? Because he costs too much. Period. I did it back to back, right? Max out 1, max out 2. That's RBE shit though, right? I take my little accolades when I got to, right? But let's be real. If RBE came out, or if URL or Chrome or King of the Dot, the guys that put up like the big budgets, right? If one of those leagues come out and announce Hitman Holla versus Geechee Gotti, everybody's gonna go, damn, ARP or somebody that maxed out their credit card again. Geechee Gotti, you know that's going to be one of his biggest paydays because it's one of his biggest opponents that he has left. Hitman Holla, we already see some of the type of PayPal screenshots that he puts on fucking Twitter and Instagram, right? I'm still a little mad at him for that. but right? But because Hitman is able to step in and say, I tried it here, I tried it there, I tried with this opponent, I tried that way, but I could go into my own pocket and make this happen. And he puts it together and he announces it under Bags and Bodies. I think it shook up everything the way that it was supposed to. But don't forget the fact that if anybody else would have put this together, it's looked as colossal because Hitman Holla doesn't get booked. That's one thing that's definitely dope about him getting into this lane as well. He could book himself. He could book himself. Okay. When you have ownership in something, you call the shots. You don't have to sit around and argue or negotiate or debate with the league on it. Can you do this? Can we do this negotiation? How about this deposit? How about this date? How about this opponent? Are you going to be able to get the sponsor? Are you running? Hitman actually did that. He actually did that. He did his due diligence with multiple leagues, people running around and talking to sponsors and this and that, and they just couldn't do it. Couldn't get it done. He said, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So that within itself, I could see the hate train for that. Okay. Then you got the timing of this co-main event. Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. Subtopic. You guys ready? Y'all ready for the subtopic? Can I veer off of power moves for a second and get into Sorry It's True mode? One of the forms of hate that I see. I've watched it for 10 years, actually, right? Or not 10, maybe like 9 or 8, a little less. What does the saturation conversation even come back into, battle rap about? So who has done the biggest cards this year? Trenches, Hitman Holla with Power Moves, King of the Dot with Massacre, Chrome 23, the 2-day event, right? So them with Trenches, and URL. Who else has done the real ground shake? Oh no, I'm sorry, one more. Bullpen with the mayor, right? Those are the biggest cards of the year. Those are the biggest shakeups of the year, right? So when we talk about saturation, who is the most saturated, biggest battler? And I'll use URL, the NFL, the NBA, right? Who is the biggest, most saturated, biggest drawing battle rapper that represents the NBA? It's Tay-Rock. It's Tay-Rock. And that's dope for him. That's why he's on a champion of the year type of run, right? But if I could cut on King of the Dot and see him battle Big K and what is the best main event so far of the year, right? And then I could cut on Summer Madness and he's battling Jazz. And then I could see DNA drop a flyer and he's battling Chess. Or I could go back to Black Ice Cartel and I see he's battling Bankhead and all the stuff in between, right? I'm very curious of anybody out there because it's not just one person or 2 people or 3 people. It's multiple people. The saturation debate. Who navigates that? Especially if it comes from any fans, any bloggers, any media, or any league owners that support exclusivity or want to see exclusivity. So now if I just use like Tay-Rock and URL, right? They have the strongest one of the strongest loyalties that a lot of people call Tay-Rock the GOAT. A lot of people say that he's the face of URL, the NBA, right? So why, if we have an issue with saturation, would that person of all people be moving around the most of all these battle rappers that actually fans buy into and watch? The GOAT? We're not talking about a mid-tier and saying he's saturated. We're saying the possible GOAT, right? So when I see stuff like this, I think a little bit past just the words. Like when people say only 3 battles, and only 4 battles, saturation, or it's just, y'all got to read the actual tones of some of this stuff. It's jealousy. It's hate, right? That's really what it's rooted in. And Hitman Holla having the power moves card, it's not something that the culture or the history of battle rap shows you that gets support from everyone. There's a million of the smile in your face. Meanwhile, the knife is still, I'm ready to stab you the moment I get a chance. And Hitman knows that. Hitman knows that. He knows some certain calls and certain smiles and certain handshakes and certain hugs. He knows it's fake as shit. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. He's not stupid. It's not stupid. But it's for the fans and the bloggers and the media to also pick up on, right? Because when you have something good, it is to be supported from any league, right? The biggest voices in the name in the culture, right? It would be dope if they were supportive. You know what I'm saying? Not just with stipulations, not just when it benefits you, not just when it's business involved, not just when somebody says, all right, give me your footage. The word culture, I don't like it in battle rap because it's not a real culture. It's more like an industry. It's more like a small industry. Because the biggest people in the culture, if they were culture driven, everybody then would be supporting power moves, not sending subliminals, not tweeting subliminals, not interviewing subliminals, not talking about, you know, saturation or invest. None of that stuff is fitting of what's happening. When the massacre got announced, did you see me get on my? I don't even talk to as many people as I used to talk to in battle rap, right? My phone book has really, if I didn't answer your text message, it's not personal. I possibly just, by the time I swap phones and deleting, I just like, it was my way of retracting into my retirement. It's just making myself less accessible, way less accessible, right? And there's a lot of people I don't talk to. I don't need to talk to you though to support you and show that I appreciate as a fan or as somebody of the culture or somebody that respects what you do. Doesn't have to be business involved. I don't need to earn money. I don't need to earn opportunity. Shout out to Rem. Because I remember when that came her way, she said, yo, you can't be fucking serious. That came her way. She said, if you really support, it's going to go like this. And her answer was no. Right? So like Massacre, for example, like that card drop. You see my lives? Go pull them up. You see my lives? I'm like, yo, this card of the year. This is incredible. This is this. This is that. Certain people be fucking. It's like it kills you to even shout out RBE these days, huh? Oh, there's a lot I can say behind the scenes, a lot that I know. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm focused on using the general nature and the history of what we know about battle rap and the true nature of battle rap. And a lot of these people, battle rappers, some fans, some bloggers, and some league owners that are really haters, right? And when you see it, don't be scared to call it out. Because the thing is, people love to throw rocks and hide their hands, or they love to give you a fake presentation. They love to smile in your face. Meanwhile, they don't really fuck with you. And then there's another form of like, I fuck with you. It's just staying tapped in with you, right? It's the concept of keeping your enemies close, right? Like we cool, you know, so that I can try to tailor and, you know, you don't fuck with nothing I do until you show me that you can support me without any personal gain. That's the best level of support that I can possibly look around and see in battle rap. I could cut my monetization off on my YouTube channel. It comes on by default once you pass like 1,000 subscribers. Like for example, when I did my Tech 9 video, rest in peace, everybody was like trying to cut off their monetization. And then I remember I was texting Vada Fly. I was like, yo, how do you turn it off? I was like trying to research it and shit. Because I didn't want no ads on a rest in peace video, no commercials, right? I could make videos like this all week long if you guys will be here for it. with 0 fucking ads running and $0 to earn from it because I support Hitman Holla and I support some of the people. Actually, I support just about everybody on the card. I was about to say some, and the reason why I jump out and I say some is because sometimes I get in my own shit and I'd be like, listen, it's hard for me to fuck with somebody that don't really support me at all, right? But at the same time, you also need to follow that principle of don't ever let somebody else change who you are, right? So I support everybody. I support everybody that has at least neutral or decent human being fucking energy. Let alone Hitman's my guy, and then you got people like Big K. That's my fucking guy on this card. I support the shit out of this card, but I don't need a dime from these videos. All I spend is the time. That's it. Loco, what the fuck is up, my nigga? My guy. But at the end of the day, it's just really, really something that I'm seeing. And it was hard for me to bite my tongue on it, man, because the indirects, the interviews, the blogs, the fans, the tweets, you know, I think in general, this is a very, very strong card, and everybody's paying attention to it because of the impact of it. So anything that stands opposite from it, question it. Question why. Question the motive, whether it's a direct or indirect. Question the motive. It's no different than what we've been seeing for years. So, real shit, Loco. My man. I'm here. Shout out to ARP, the battlers and the fans. The industry really took off. And I think battle rap as the year closes out is looking real good. Us fans are gonna have a lot to watch. The bloggers and the media is gonna have a lot to cover and to talk about and to earn as well and to support. And the leagues are gonna have their chance to add some energy back into an industry that has taken some strong, significant dips over the last 2 years, right? At times. So when I look at this card, though, Hitman and Geechee, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna come back to that later. I can't wait to see the face off. Face off on the way for that. That's gonna be kind of crazy. I didn't get a chance to talk about the other announcements. Let me jump to T-Rex versus Swamp. Incredible timing. Incredible timing. And that's the thing about when you have saturation. Right? It's an art, it's a dance, it's a business, it's a way of going about ensuring that your shit is timed right. Like when I'm speaking to Hitman to battle Ill Will, and Hitman says not now because Ill Will was fresh off of the Rosenberg Raw battle. You know, it's a timing thing. And then we come back around and behind the scenes, I'm telling Ill Will, like this 40 bars battle, you gotta show up and show out because Hollow is next. And he does. And they have a classic, damn near classic battle, damn near classic performance. No different than the attempts that I make behind the scenes with somebody like, let's say, Verb when he battled Pat Stay. Rest in peace, Pat Stay. Everybody knows the story. Mook and Averb had a signed contract and they were locked in before the Pat Stay and Averb battle happened. So going into that, of course, I'm saying the same thing I say to anybody. I'm saying that to Verb. Yo, Verb, we got to protect this Mook battle. You know what I'm saying? That's why Verb fucking took the shot at Mook at the end of his third round, right? Because everybody knows the battle is locked in, right? So that's part of the navigation. That's part of the timing. Like when I see what Tay Rock calls a URL field trip to King of the Dot, that's got to all be part of timing, right? Because if you support King of the Dot, and if those battlers like Twerk and Geechee and Tay Rock being on King of the Dot is supported, then the timing also must be navigated. It's no different than a league owner call. Rem called me, hey, I'm about to book this or whatever. I know Big K, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, nah, my shit is a month after that. Good money. Appreciate the call. And I do the same thing to people. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it's true to me. And when I look at the timing of Swamp, the last time I watched Swamp, he caught a dub on Verb. The last time I watched Rex, he caught a dub on Chilla. The timing of this announcement was great for both of these guys because not one league can do everything. Not one league wants to do everything. Not one league can be financed for everything. Not one league fucks with everybody. So there's certain battlers or battles and matchups that's going to happen in certain places at certain times, and the fans will benefit. I've been saying it for 10 years. So the timing of Swamp and Rex and Hitman picking it up is perfect, despite us being able to see Rex on King of the Dot. It's perfect. You don't think Rex is having conversations with Hitman before the Chiller battle happens? You heard Hitman talk about like, y'all was eyeing Cassidy and Rex, but communications fell out. You think that conversation didn't start before the massacre card? It did. It did. Timing. Sometimes being smart with your moves too. Sometimes thinking ahead. I'm pretty sure this battle is gonna at least do good here, so I'm gonna be able to book this or whatever. You can't just move based on, all right, I didn't see nothing was going on. I don't know no scheduling. I don't know no other cards. I'm just gonna this battle and book. No league, no successful league owner does that. None. So granted, what these two guys are coming off of, this shit is perfect. This shit is perfect. Big K, New Jersey Twerk. I'm gonna say it. Geechee get mad. Holla get mad. Impact-wise of what this battle could do in the building, draw-wise, no. But impact-wise, timing-wise, matchup-wise, this could be a main event. Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. Timing once again. Big K is still upholding his champion of the year run. He's fresh off of a classic battle, a stamped in time classic versus Tay-Rock. Memorable moments in the battle, timeless moments in the battle. One of the best rock performances I've seen in a long time. Big K wilding out and owning the second round moment and owning the third round moment, creating Tay-Rock's RBE debut. All of that shit. Like this, and then obviously the energy of Twerk, backing Tay-Rock in that battle. I mean, this matchup continues to show what the dog did with Tay-Rock. It's just like, I didn't lose that battle. I'm right here now following one of the next air quote URL goats, right? They gave Twerk Mook at the end of the year to close out the year because Twerk deserves it. And he's one of the top guys in battle rap and one of the top guys from URL. Certain people are more of a fan of New Jersey Twerk than they are Tay-Rock. They're like interchangeable based on preference, right? So the timing of this, even Twerk could have arguably, no, he was not even arguably. Wasn't he top 3, top 5 champion of the year last year? This is all of that shit mingled together. This is a perfect matchup and perfect timing for Holla to put together. This shit is crazy. And it's like Holla did that interview talking about all the other matchups that he's interested in, like maybe Tay-Rock and Easy and Cassidy and Rex. And sometimes it's just funny how things work out because this is the one right here. Big K and Twerk. This is actually the one right here. And then when you get to the Snake Eyes and J2, it's just like, and I've seen some of that, people like, oh, where's the bags and bodies? And, we got to have not just the power moves. They'll do that to you. They'll find a way to hate. They'll do that to you. You'll announce Hitman versus Ill Will, Averb versus A-Ward, Calico versus Goods, Big K versus Young Ill, Head Eyes versus Show Off, QB versus RX, and then they'll say, all right, now the rest of the shit that you gave us, oh, we don't like those, so now you fucked the card up. How? Look what I gave you already. Soon as the main event is announced of Hitman versus Geechee, let's stop complaining. That's why I say I just think niggas is just different. That's the people that have real hate in their DNA. You got hate in you. So it shows you're looking to create a problem with the card. Hitman versus Geechee, mega, one of the biggest left. Twerk versus Big K, oh shit, this nigga Holla is tripping. He's tripping. T-Rex versus Swamp, 3 for 3. Oh no, wait. I need some bags of bodies, people, or else you ain't official, Holla. What if he couldn't get any bags and bodies, people, timing wise or matchups that worked out for him? Then what? The 3 announcements that everybody was just praising. That's how they'll do you. It's hate. It's fucking hate. And he happens to have J and the J2 and Snake Guy shit. I hate to fucking spoil it. I'm sorry, Holla. It's been a matchup that he wanted to do for this card for a minute. There was like this and like another one hit that he was thinking about. But this was on the table the whole time. So it's like people even talk ahead of themselves. They run their mouths, and the dude didn't even get a chance to fully show the card yet. That's what I've been through it for 10 years. We got to identify the haters of the world. You tweet some bullshit, you interview some bullshit, you create some false narrative or whatever. Even if you think that there's some logic to it, you still got to identify, why is that person saying it's hate? It's fucking hate. It's hate. And it's good to have a card that's hated on, because it all loans into the energy. No matter what type of energy it is, it adds. That's why all his VIP sections is sold out. You know what I'm saying? And the VIP section comes with like 10 people. So it's priced at a point where 10 people per section. So every time a section goes, that's like 10 people saying, I'm in there. That's why they're all gone. I had to reserve one early. The fuck? I got people that don't even go to battle rap events that are mega weights or mega titans in battle rap. You'll see later on, maybe hitting me up like, yo, I want to get in the section, the Power Moves event section with you. I'm like, sure enough. Me hit Holla and get a price. Holla, what's the price? That nigga Holla ain't say free. He said, man, just just give me what you want. That means nigga, don't short me. Nigga Holla ain't said, yo, your section is free. He said, yo, just give me what you want. Nah, I probably do the same shit, because you be wanting your friends to support too. Like that's one of the highest forms of support, to pay, right? I got a lot of friends. If I do a small room event and 20 people come and they don't pay and the place holds 50, friends, help me out. It's no different than when your fucking friend has a housewarming party, right? It's you spend money to support your people. And so Holla can't give me nothing for free. You know how many times Holla offers me money and I turn it down? Ask him. Every corner something turns or something's going on, or he could make a call for advice or whatever. He be trying to pay me for shit. I'll never let him pay me. You know what I'm saying? That's real support. I mean, so it's hate, y'all. And I don't want anybody to misconstrue it. So every once in a while, when we see some of this stuff jump out there, we're going to talk about it. Why not? We here for it. The hate is real, but the hate is also showing what's at stake. This Power Move event, it will be one of the biggest cards of the year. It'll probably be like this, Massacre, and we'll see how the rest of the year closes out. And based on how the battles go is what always determines whether it's event of the year or not. Like Massacre, I said this leading in. I said on paper, Massacre has the event of the year. I'm sorry, the card of the year. Right? Now, if you have event of the year, that's based on how the battles go. Let's see. I don't like the way some of the battles went. I don't like Geechee being one of the biggest names on the card and then having that performance with Marv. I don't like what happened with there was another battle that fell through that was just like, anyway, point being, like, that brings down the event, right? So it has way more battles on it, so that's still gonna uphold it because they had a lot of dope shit that happened on that stream. So that's gonna hold this one of the cards of the year. But this Power Moves card, all you need is for these 4 battles, and if he adds anything else for the building or whatever he does, some up and comers or whatever he does to add to this. But this is the core right here, right? If these 4 battles deliver, if it's just these 8 people are on their A game, it's going to be one of the best events of the year. And then that's going to just turn into his next card. So people on the card as well, don't forget that you're also maintaining your network and you're building your bridge, because if we make Bags and Bodies successful, it's more money and more opportunity for y'all, for the battlers. It's more, you know how many battlers called Holla or called me to get on this card? Like, this time around, it's already locked in. Boom, boom, boom. This is my direction. Maybe you get on the next one, right? Bloggers, media, people that make money from content. The next Bags and Bodies card could have a Hitman main event again. It's always going to be high view then, Any controversy around Hitman, any announcements around Hitman, you guys will make money. Face-off content, the battles dropping, the recaps, the reviews, the predictions, the hate, all of it. It's money and content for y'all. So Bags and Bodies coming out the gate like this. If this one goes the way that it should go and all battles deliver, we just need y'all eight folks on the card to do what you're supposed to do. Do what you were booked to do. Do what the fans expect from y'all. And then this becomes one of them. Mob Genius, thanks for what you do for the culture / industry. Thank you, Mob Genius TV. I really appreciate that, my guy. And thank you for the super. Sometimes I really be wishing that when people drop supers, I'm so appreciative of the shout outs. That just shows that y'all rock with the channel and y'all rock with RBE and y'all rock with myself. But sometimes I'll be wanting to have a question with it too or something so I could like give you more of your money's worth. So like if I see something come in the chat, don't, not another super chat, homie, like a question or something to answer. Mob Genius TV. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the chat and I'll answer it for you right here live. I appreciate you, Mob Genius TV. But drop me, if you're still here in the chat, drop me something I can answer for you. KK47 TV, appreciate the super set. Salute ARP, the realest in the game, 100. I appreciate that, homie. I'm far from perfect. I probably got a million blogs and streams saying that. I make mistakes like the next man and the next woman. But I'm genuine and I'm honest. I still consider myself one of the most honest people to come through this industry. Don't make me really, really overprove it. Oh my God, there's so much I could tell y'all. Oh my God. Where's all right, Mods also help me. Where's Mods Genius TV? Let me see if he got something else in the chat. Is Mods Genius TV? Did he drop anything else in here in the meantime? Appreciate the cosign 3-letter. Thank you, 3-letter. I appreciate you. Shout out to 3-letter man in the building. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to my mods in the building. Feel like Red career is under who? Red? You really had to be the early stage of his career. Red was smoking shit, but vets never took him serious. Plus the chokes. Adam, don't say it. No, say that shit. Adam, don't say it. No, say that shit. It's like the devil and the angel on my shoulders. Say it. No, don't say it. Say it. Nah, don't say it. Nah, don't say that shit, man. I'm telling you, it's not good, man. They don't really like the truth. Nah, this is the Red Entertainment channel. Say that shit, B. Fuck you talking about? This is sorry, it's true. Yeah, but sometimes I gotta stay politically correct because they'll turn on you for giving them too much truth. You know how niggas be hating. That's the name of this blog. Fuck that. You're not here for the masses. You're only here for the real anyway. We the minority, man. Talk to the 10 people. Fuck the 100 people. I bet I'm gonna say it. Somebody's gonna clip that and put that on Twitter and be like, this is the psychopath side of ARP. The truth is, Red is one of the best battle rappers of all time. He's in my top 5 favorite personal battle rappers. I don't know if I said that too often. He's in my top 5 favorite personal battle rappers. I think he is of the top 3 for pen. His accolades are really there. They're just swept under the rug, unfortunately. He's innovative. You know, you got the translation. Him and A-Ward at times go, but that's one of the tones of the battle. Him and A-Ward go back and forth for the king of sports bars, right? He won the first champion of the year. He had 2 RBE battles that year, 2 URL battles that year, and 1 UW battle that year. He was the first champion of the year. Red's notoriety did very, very good over the years. I think that he's always been respected. I think over the last couple years, it's a what have you done for me lately environment. And I think he was the most taken care of, the most appreciated when he battled consistently on Red Entertainment. Because he was one of my favorite battle rappers, right? So he was very, very, he's dipped. You know, we saw that post that came out all of a sudden. You know, there was some business that happened with, I think it mentioned Clean Paper, Chef Trez, and Red. and there was some stuff behind the scenes, and then we got the Blue Room ORED versus Active battle done, and then you haven't seen ORED on RBE since. I would have loved to have ORED on a max out. I would have loved to have ORED in a full circle. But whatever business is going on between that, that's not for me. I'm not involved in that. I don't hate on that. I will support ORED forever. He's one of my favorites. He'll be one of my favorites forever. His first and his third round versus Show Off are some of my favorite rounds ever. His battle versus Oops is one of the best RBE battles ever. $2,000 on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Epic ORED performance, judged in the building. Oops cuts the lights off in the building and in the middle of all the riots. And that battle is just timeless for me. So it's always going to be shout out to ORED, man. I miss seeing him on RBE because I feel like ORED was one of those guys that people look at, like bloggers used to say it as well. I could cut on 1 million champion videos and see Anwar and Jay Black and Mark say things like, y'all know what it is when ORED's on RBE though, as if it's a different ORED. And that's what happens with certain battles. Certain battle is the expectations is different when they're on certain platforms. And that's what happens when ORED is on RBE. When he was frequently on RBE, he was treated like one of the league owner's favorite battle rappers that appreciates his talent being one of the best that we've ever seen. I think in other areas, he's treated as business, and there's nothing wrong with business. Business is business. But I think a lot of us miss that. And I think we don't even realize, like, oh, wow, when ORED is on RBE, he is in champion of the year contention. He is delivering classics. He is on bigger cards. He is getting pushed more. We are seeing him on bigger cards more, so we are seeing him on max outs and stuff like that. The biggest promo run that you've ever, ORED's not a big promoter. He doesn't talk that much leading into battles. The biggest promo run you've ever seen from ORED is an RBE battle too, max out. Go look up the history of like the Instagram live with Angry Fan and the ORED versus Jag, and then the face off at RBE at the press conference the day before with ORED versus Jag. ORED don't be doing that with people. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, Jag is responsible for having that type of energy that piss ORED off. But you see, like the champion of the year with RBE involvement, his biggest promo run, some of his best rounds, some of his best performances, classic battles, the biggest cards that he's on. Like ORED deserves to be on big cards, but he's only on big cards and big events in recent years that it feels like while he's on RBE. That's just, I'm just going off. I could be wrong, but I could be missing certain things. I just think ORED should be respected above business. That's what I feel about ORED. That's my guy always. Did Mob Genius drop anything in here, y'all? Let me scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss anything from Mob Genius. Mods, help me out. Let me know if I missed anything from shout out to Flow Easy and the members. And let me know if I missed anything. I gotta wake up and get this cardio done before ARP. I'm on my way. I got a busy day. I got my contractor that's supposed to be here in a couple, going over some stuff in the crib. Twist says we need Big K versus Sirius Jones for a full circle. That's a dope matchup. Big K, I think Big K likes that circle. So here we go. All right, shout out to Mob Genius. What's your battle of the year so far? So my recency and the first thing that jumps to the front of my mind is Big K versus Tay-Rock. I didn't see every battle this year. I've watched the least amount of battle rap over the last 2 years that I ever have as a fan of battle rap for like the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So there are a bunch of battles that I missed, and there probably are a bunch that I'm just not thinking of right now that I forgot. But what jumps to mind is Big K versus Tay-Rock. And I think I'm still justified, even if I'm missing out on remembering some stuff, because of the impact of the battle. So when you got big names on a big league that's on a big card and everybody anticipates it, that's pieces of the formula for impact. Everybody before they announced the rest of the card, everybody was sold as soon as we heard that Tay Rock versus Big K is battling. Then they got to the face off, and then it's just like, if you wasn't sold before then for whatever reason, you're definitely sold now. And then they actually delivered. Then they delivered. And then they did the right thing after. Shake hands, and it's dead now. That's it. It's dope. It's a timeless classic battle. And then Ruin Your Day, the way that they edited and produced it and directed it, it's a timeless piece of work and content. And even if there are two battlers that have better material, if you feel that as a fan, the impact, the importance of that battle, the history tied into that battle, with the whole URL and RBE stuff and all that, and the Blue Room and K taking his hat off and Tay-Rack doing an 11-minute first round, all that shit. It's like history. It's history, man. Like, when I was watching the full release, not on the pay-per-view, but the full release, when Big K turns the room blue, I see that the logos at the bottom of the screen turned yellow to pay homage to the Blue Room. Like, the Blue Room is such a historic piece of battle rap, and it was only done for a year and some change. The end of 2012 and then the whole 2013. But what it created, the moment and the way it's taught. I'm on Fox 5 and they asked me about it. It's one of the questions that they wrote down on my Fox 5 interview. And it was like, explain to us this Blue Room. It's like, the shit is just the Blue Room thing. You know what I mean? And when he turns that room blue, and then you turn the logos, the color of RBE's yellow, our staple color, it's just like, it's wild, man. It's wild, because that ties once again to the Blue Room aspect. And then Tay Rock being a good sport and continuing to rap in the Blue Room, or under the blue, you know what I'm saying? The Blue Room setting. That's just it's all historic to me. So there's probably going to be some stuff coming for the remainder of the year that contest Tay Rock versus Big K. And Big K versus New Jersey Twerk is one, and so is Hitman versus Geechee Gotti. They can contest them because the impact of those two battles, there's history tied in those two battles. It's on a big platform because that's Hitman's platform. There's a ton of eyes on it. Go ask about the tickets if you don't believe so, or the pre-sale pay-per-views if you don't believe so. It's a big platform. You know what I'm saying? And it's so the stage is set for those two battles to also deliver something epic. The rest now comes down to the rounds. Who knows? Twerk could fucking see that Big K and did that Blue Room shit and now come up with something creative and just figure out something to do in a battle now. You just never know. You never know. I don't know. You just never know when it comes to from a creative standpoint now. Big K reminded people like the impact that you could have of just thinking outside the box and not being conventional. Let me write these 3 rounds, stand in front of you and rap these 3 rounds. Sometimes there's more. There's more. Right. We've seen a lot of classic battles and epic moments that involved, like theatrics or creativity. I'll never forget one time I was talking to Math about Club Drum, and he asked me about, I think it was like a wire, something about swinging a camera out. It was some wild shit he asked me, and I was just like, I don't know. You can ask Avocado, not Avocado. You can ask the venue, but I don't know. My team can't do whatever you ask it, because you just never know what these people want to try and want to do. Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to stand in the way of your creativity. I don't even want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? To this day, people is like, look at how Loaded Lux utilized that screen, during this Calico battle. That's like a timeless thing. That's a timeless thing. There's screens in the Power Moves venue for November 9th. Who knows? Who knows if somebody puts up there some like, oh yeah, I didn't know this. Exhibit A, Power Move screens. And that's not just one screen. It's the whole venue going around. And imagine Geechee Gotti got some dirt on fucking Hitman, and it puts it up on all the screens around, and then Ruin Your Day. They're neutral. What's Avocado gonna do? He's gonna go like this in the whole venue. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it. I didn't see Avocado do that shit all the time. He'll zoom in on my face if somebody is talking to me. If somebody says your sneakers, he'll zoom down to the sneakers. Ruin Your Day did that to JC Speaking of Big K, in the Big K battle, Big K opened up his round saying that shit ain't true, just like those jeans you rocking or some shit like that. He said, turn around, show him, show him, show him. And then the camera, being a demon, the cameraman goes to fucking JC's jeans. It's fucked up. It's foul as shit for the cameraman to do that. But I'm just making a point. So, Mob Genius TV, man, I hope I showed you the appreciation that I'm showing you for the earlier Superman. I wanted to stay on your comment for a second. Oh shit. Math stated recently you lost the bet because Max out 4 signed. True or false? John the Greatest 10. First and foremost, I appreciate the super. Math Hoffa is a liar at times, man. All right, I said it. Nah, all right, all right. I take that back. That's my guy. So if I put that on record for him like that, it's like, damn, ARP. He's not a liar. He's he can be very manipulative. That's the best I could give you, Matt. I cleaned up the lie. So Max out 4 is not signed. Okay. Max out 4 is not signed. Math to this day right now currently is on the road to pay me $2,000. I'll bet what I was on a 3-way phone call with Math and Hitman. It was like February or some shit. He was talking about my retirement. And Math just refused to believe it. He was like, there's no way. Just like a lot of fans. You know, a lot of people think I'm bullshitting. A lot of people think there's some deeper meaning that I'm not saying, something hidden, all types of shit. I've been hearing it all year. And Math is one of them. You know, he's been my guy for years, right? And he's like, I know you. Like, I don't believe that. And then you're coming out as 2023. I see you making money. Like, Math is also looking at the business standpoint. Like, who walks away from money, right? Good money, right? Who does that? And I'm like, yo, dude, like, you just don't, you won't listen, you don't get it. And Hitman's on the phone too. You're just like, yo, like, nah, like he is. And he's not listening to Hitman either. Why do you think Hitman put that shit in his song? He's like, made the brick so much money. Adam talking about retiring. Like, Hitman knew. He knew it was going. He knew I was on. You know what I'm saying? So Math just refused to believe me. I was like, well, we could do a bet. So we agreed on $2,000. Now, how do you put some parameters around it so that somebody finally gets paid? Because you can't stay retired and show like for 10 years and then somebody says, no, I think you're going to come out of retirement 5 years from now. Then nobody ever gets paid. So we said, all right, here we are in February. You think it's RBE with all this momentum, all this Max out and all this blue room stuff going on, and we're voted League of the Year, and here he's getting called to Fox 5 and getting voted by for all that type of stuff, right? You think that I wouldn't do an event all the way to the end of the year, which is December, if I wasn't retired? So that's one parameter. And the next parameter was, you won't even see me host an event, meaning that like that's the way I guess to show that I'm not sneaking something in, right? So if I host a card, an RBE card, then possibly like I'm behind it. Because I told them, I said, one thing that you have to pull out, or two things you have to pull out, because I started them in 2023, not 2024 when we had the conversation, Math, but Full Circle was already going. And I already had the plan. And I said that when I first came back on camera in March, right? Because I was off camera for January and February the whole time, which is quiet after Max out. And I said, I'm already doing Full Circle, and that's my plan, to still be able to keep some fans and keep some battles that I fuck with, and keep some matchups that I still want to see going. I got this Full Circle thing with Ruin Your Day. We love it. It's fun. It relieves me of all the stress of running events. We're going to keep doing that. And then also you got Lawrence and Winged over here doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? If they happen to do a VOD or a pay-per-view, if I would have hosted it, then you would possibly think like, oh, it's my event. So I said, okay, you won't see me host an RBE event. I won't do a pay-per-view event, but you'll still see Full Circle, right? Because that's not pay-per-view. I'm not selling nothing. You won't see me sell nothing. So what retired league owner is trying to not make money, is trying to make money, right? If I was selling tickets to the door or pay-per-view or VOD for Full Circle, right? Then that would make sense. Like, that's just what you're on now. It's like straight to it. You're still a league owner. You're not retired. You're just going Full Circle 2024. That's the method to your madness. No, it's nothing for sale. Right? So that's why Math owes me $2,000. And when he did that shit on My Expert Opinion with Misfit and Cortez and Knowledge, he was just being his manipulative self. And he passes a text message around the screen of me trying to book him for full circle and says, why are you trying to book me if you're not retired? That's manipulation. That's bullshit. That's a lie to them. So of course they're going to read that text message and say, oh, well, if he tried to book you and the terms are if he's booking battles, that wasn't the terms, Math. So you let them not know all the truth purposefully to try to make your point and use them in your video. I'm not stupid. I know how good of a manipulator you are, Math. That's why me and him get on the phone and we debate and we laugh for hours because I see through his bullshit. And even Knowledge caught him for a second. Knowledge was just like, yeah, but is it full circle? Knowledge knew. And Knowledge wasn't in our conversation, but he picked it out. He read it and said, but is it full circle? Duh. So Knowledge knows more than Math about stipulations that would possibly be that what ARP would put on the table? No. He just caught Math, and Knowledge didn't even know that he caught Math. Manipulative bastard. He owes me $2,000 by December, man. And he got it, right? I offered him $1,000 buyout months ago. He declined it. Okay, fine. You know, Math, you got it, right? You got it. And then we had another recent argument where he's like, he tried to use that fucking interview that he just did. And I call him, and we was arguing for like 45 minutes, all in fun though, but we was arguing for like 45 minutes. It was hilarious. And then we got to the end of the argument. We said, you want to know what? We want to act like there's a miscommunication now about the bet. So then let's just do this. Let's call a third party. And whatever side that third party leans to, the bet is on based on what that third party says. Agreed? Math said agreed. We call Hitman on three-way. Hitman says, nah, remember this. Boom, boom, boom. I said, okay, thank you. I shut up. I didn't say nothing. Let Hitman talk. We were done. So the bet is back on. And in December, I'm going to scoop up what I hope, unless he's an ass better, an extra $2,000 for my Christmas shopping. So I appreciate it. That's what you get. Mercy in the building. Shout out to the trap. Shout out to Peso too. Members, what's good? Shout out Avocado for the blur room, the blue room. Absolutely. I heard the only person that knew about that blue room on the way other than K was Ruin Your Day. That's what I heard. So you got to keep your eyes on these production crews, man. They are very, very powerful in what they do. And you better get along with them too, because they're responsible for your footage. Members, what's good? I meant to ask ARP, what made you choose yellow logo? Why not green or red? Always had that question. I'm trying to remember. I think this is the closest I can get to why I think it was yellow. I think the logo generator that I created, Rare Breed ENT with, I think the first color that it was yellow. So I stayed with it. This is my pre-editing days. I had to learn to edit after, trying to get in the loop of RBE for blogging and helping out in certain areas and even editing battles and shit like that. So I learned all that shit later. But it was this like online website where I created the logo. And I think the first color it was on was yellow, and I just stayed with it. I was just like, I like that. I think that's why. So yellow's not no favorite color of mine or nothing like that. It's just one of those things that just happen. Flo, the way the yellow pops in that blue room is so fire. I'm telling you, Ruin Your Day is crazy, man. That shit was epic. Got my tick. I will be in the building. Plus November 9th is my B-Day. That's dope. Yo, D Bizzle, glad you got your ticket. We will see you there November 9th, homie. Big K21, whether you're talking about Twerk or Tay-Rock, I agree. Jonathan, shout out to the Bebe, says yellow been an RBE thing before the blue room. Yeah. Since 2012 or something like that. Come on, Q. Shout out to the members. Why? Yo, you guys are insane, man. You guys are insane. You guys do it too much, man. You guys do it way too much. AK. Yeah, happy born November 9th when that rolls around. ARP should always be protected in this culture. I appreciate that, homie. I appreciate that. Thank you. And there's many of us that even people that I don't talk to or whatever, many of us that should be, for lack of better words, in the terminology, protected because we add. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never say that um the people that add don't add. You know what I'm saying? I'll never do that. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate to be one of those. I appreciate that. Q, what up, girl? She says good morning to everybody. Pound, sorry, it's true. I'm rocking with the members, man. I'm bringing the members up. Silk, yeah, you late, but it's all good. We here. We held it down for you, sir. I'm going back to the beginning right now. As y'all can see, this is one of those lives where I don't come in and do a topic, especially when it's battle rap. I try to hang out. And it's Saturday, so I'm trying to hang out and rock with the members and the chat a little bit more. Homie, what's good? Hey man, you got your hands in anything behind the scenes these days, man? Me and you never got a chance to work together, man. Why don't you go ahead and give me a call or text message or something, man? Let's put a classic together. Nah, if you're retired, stay retired, man. It ain't worth it. Stay where you at, just like me. What's good, homie? It's good to see you. Positive vibes in the building. That's my guy for years. I wonder if ARP will cover Shannon's IG live incident. I was speaking about that yesterday. I was on the phone with Chris. I told Chris, I was like, we was talking about podcasting. I was like, sometimes in a news cycle, I'm so busy, I miss certain things. I possibly would have did the Shannon Sharp, but I was more interested in the timing of the other lives that I did the last 2 days. So, and now to do it now, it's like almost feels like it's out of the news cycle. Like for me to do that live now, y'all would just be rocking with it purely on some old, like, let's just see what the sorry is true version of all this is. But for me, I feel like it's already, that time has passed a little bit. I'm gonna leave that topic alone. I just thought about it today. I learned. Oh yeah, there's a UFC and a Canelo fight on tonight, right? Is that the reason why y'all moved y'all card? That plus ticket sales? You sure? I'll take your word for it though. I'm just a fan trying to, buy my battle rap cards. That's all. Let me get out of here before I fucking say too much. Yeah, I gotta get out of here, man. Y'all. I gotta go back to editing vlogs, man. I'm too reckless. Actually, I'm not, but I can be. Let's all just get along, please.